Dr. Aymee here, and I am so excited to be with Tina, one of my longtime biggest fans slash students. I asked her to come online with us to ask her some questions and share her experience so you can know a little bit what it's like behind the curtain. Tina, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Tina. I'm working with Aymee now for a few years. I'm excited to be an advocate for a program that has made a huge impact on my life.
Yay, Tina, so glad you're here and happy
Yeah.
to see you smile. So I have a list, everybody, that I'm going to go down this list and just be a little bit like a moderator here, reading this as an objective person. When did you hear about this work with Dr. Aymee?
I heard about it through a colleague with my company at the time, back in, I would say, 2020.
And then what was it like first talking about the program?
It opened up I would say it planted a seed. Uh, when I first talked about the program, like I was in a place where I needed a lot of therapy, but I don't think I was necessarily ready to admit that, right? So I think it planted a seed, and like when we did Reiki that day, it opened up a door that I then, eventually was ready to walk through.
I love that. And then what was it that made you make the leap of faith?
I think it was just the trust that had been built, the results that I'd seen from what I had done, some of the happiness routines that I'd tried, seeing results from something very, very simple made me wonder what it would be like if I did it all, right? Which I'm not saying I have done all of it, because, Amy's got a lot of different things, so there's a lot. But I wanted to investigate further and see how it could, make me a happier person, and at the end of the day, make me a better person for everyone I come into contact with as well.
Yay, I love your aspirations. And what was it like when you first took your happiness vitals?
I mean, they could have been better, but that's kind of the point, because if they'd been perfect, there would be nowhere to go. So it was interesting. It's nice to have, I think, we're in an age of data, right? With all of computers and software, all these things. So I think it's like when you help have people break it down and then they can see the results on paper as time goes by, I think that's actually a very helpful tool.
Right, measuring your progress.
Exactly. And then you can go back and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I was at this like awful, and like look at me now. And you can be like, wow, that's really, cool. And also, if you ever go through another period where life gets hard, you also have that to come back to, be like, I came out, I know I'm okay. Like, I know I'm strong, I have it in me.
Yeah, I've come back before and I can come back again.
Exactly.
And
Resilient.
again and again. And were
Energizer
you,
bunny, keep going.
yeah, the marathon.
Yeah.
And then were certain results told that you would achieve certain results in certain classes? And what was that like?
Yeah, I was told that I would like be living in the moment, things like that. I'll be like, I was a little skeptical, and it probably didn't happen as quickly for me as it could have, because of my own stubbornness and refusing to actually do it. But once I did it, I was like, whoa, this actually works, So, yeah, it was rewarding, I would say.
Excellent. And then did you achieve those results that, were told?
Yes. Yeah, it has not been completely linear. Like, I want to be very, but I have achieved them. I know it's there. And like, I know that I have that ability to be that person, that happy person who's more creative, and whose brain just like is expanded, and you can breathe, like breathe, really breathe. And so, yeah, I've achieved those results, and I've also shot myself in the foot and gotten back up and achieved them again. So,
Go, Tina, go. What, this is a little bit of a funny question. What
yeah.
did you think you were signing up for, and what did you get?
I thought I was signing up for something that would make me happier a little bit more superficially, like, yeah, make my days more enjoyable, make me live in the present a little bit more. I didn't anticipate the deep work that it would lead to. And I didn't anticipate how impactful it would be on my soul, on my spirit. Like, I thought it would impact, oh, I'll be a little bit more energetic, or blah, 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 or like a little less anxious, or blah, blah, blah. But it's had an impact all the way to my core. And I think that's a lot of like work that I've done at like with you, and also like all Bali, and like when I went to yoga, it really aligned really well. I didn't realize that my mind and my brain could open up in that way. It's crazy because you don't know something exists until you're there, right? And so yeah, and so I guess it's been a while since I'd been fully that person, and this gave me the opportunity to probably know myself and learn about myself on a deeper level than I ever had in my entire life. And that includes, maybe maybe I knew myself really well when I was 2, but I don't remember. So, and that, like, I'm less scared of, like, I think sometimes our minds, like, especially people who have anxiety, right, you get scared of that. And I'm less scared of me. I love me now. I mean, I accept me, and I realize that I'm more than enough. And I think that that's something that I did not, I had, I was not feeling like that prior to this. So
Yeah.
on to you on
Yeah.
that.
Great job, Tina. Great job. I'm so proud of you. Yes, we are definitely doing that deep work and setting that foundation for success, forever.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much. So what were a few surprises that came up along the way?
The snacks, I've had the opportunity to work with you in person as well as over Zoom. And I just really loved working with you in person because you created this whole experience. It wasn't just like, oh, sit on my couch and have fun. It was like a whole freaking experience. Like, and the setting, and just bringing tea, and just the care that you offered, and align along with the, therapy that I knew was going to be a part of it, but that extra little bit of care
Yeah.
was really beautiful. Um, Again, just the depth of the work surprised me along the way, and the trust that I found in you and in the work I'm doing, and in myself
Yeah.
mostly. Had that surprised me in a good way along the way.
Great to be able to carry through with all all of
Yeah,
those action items. How many action items have you done?
I don't know. That's probably in the lot.
Have you ever seen My Happiness Hard Ass, and what was that like?
Yes, I have, and I think it was good for me because I can be uh stubborn, stuck in my ways, things like that. And sometimes the reason I needed help and therapy and all of that is to have someone push me in a healthy way. And like, you do it in such a way that I still feel the love behind it. And I think that makes it a good thing. It's like being a parent, like you can't always give your kid everything that they want in the moment. You can't always make them happy instantly, but you're doing what's best for them long term. And that's kind of like therapy. You're trying to help them long term. And so you sometimes have to crack down.
Crack that. Did you do those smile push-ups, Tina? I think the love is important, right? So, we both want results, that's for sure. What has been the easiest thing so far?
The actionable routines. I think a lot of therapy, a lot of mental health, they say a lot of things, talk therapy, like even meditations and things like that, while they might be good in the moment, they don't necessarily impact your life because you're not changing how you live your life day to day. And I think that you have so many actionable things, like processes that people can follow to get somewhere, makes it a lot easier to understand how you're going to get there versus like, oh, I'm going to make you happy. How? I don't know. It's like, so I think that was like very, very, I don't know if easy is the right word, but extraordinarily helpful in understanding the program and believing I could get to the next step.
Yeah, definitely. Great. The step-by-step program, knowing if I get to this step, it'll go to this step, and I'll get to this step,
Yeah.
and then I'll be living in the moment.
Yeah. And I'm not necessarily as process oriented. So like, I need someone to break it down for me. Like, that is extremely helpful for me when somebody else is able to break it down. So I really appreciate that.
And you could follow through with the directions once, someone explained it so you could understand
Yeah,
it, right?
exactly. Exactly. You made it possible, where before it was just like, what are you talking about?
It was like a mirage, and then I gave you a treasure map.
Exactly. Exactly.
Great. Okay, what has been the hardest thing so far?
I guess what's, the deep work, it's a lot of work. They call it deep work for a reason, but it's the whole point. It's why I'm here. Um, and it's been hard in the easiest way I think it could have been, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because of the support that I've felt like I had, and just the understanding and the humanity and kindness that you approach everything with.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, feeling like you're getting a hug through basically
Yeah,
revisiting the penny pain.
exactly. Exactly.
I love that. And then what has been the most rewarding thing so far?
The impact on my daily life and the impact on the people around me, not only because they love me and they see the positive changes in me and it makes them happy because of that, but also because it filters through to them. And I've seen like certain things that I do positively, impact somebody else, take like trying that routine or whatever. Like, even I'm a career consultant, even in my work, like, jump up and down 5 times. Like, I think being able to pass along some of these things that make a real impact on people's lives, that's been really cool for me.
Yeah, rewarding seeing the results in not only your own life, but also in those around you.
Exactly. And it's like, it's cool because that's what humans are for. And, like, we should be helping one another. But oftentimes, I think in today's society, it doesn't necessarily happen that way. So it's cool to be the change I want to see, as we discuss a lot.
Yeah, I love that for you. And that brings me to the next question, which is what do others say about you during as you've been doing this work?
More calm, less panicked about things, right? More trust in myself and the big picture. Um, yeah, I guess just more me. Does that make any sense? Like,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
interesting because it's like I hadn't been that me in a long time. So it's like, but it's still, I recognize that person, that real me inside. And like, I think that's what's been incredible about it.
Right, the peaceful you, letting that part being healed. And then
Yeah.
what are the inner results that you've seen with this work?
My brain is more organized. It flows better. My inner critic is like been shoved out the door for the most part,
Yeah.
he's not
Whoop,
allowed
whoop.
back in. So, my inner colleague is a lot more robust and like there. And I just feel more at peace and in control and capable and optimistic and hopeful. And like I am gonna be like, it's all gonna be okay. Like, more trusting.
Yeah. Wow, I love that so much. And then would you recommend this to anyone else and who?
Absolutely. I would recommend it to anyone that feels like they could enjoy their life a little bit more. Honestly, I mean, different programs would be for different people, but I think in general, like, everyone, you can be, you can always benefit from being happier. And I think people, they think it's like, oh, happy, but it impacts every other area of your life. Like, it impacts your performance at work, it impacts your family life, your relationships. It literally expands your brain. It's important. And I think that people are actually starting to understand that more than they did prior in society. So that's good.
Everyone can do it. And
Yeah.
then where do you think this work is headed for yourself? Do you think sustainability is possible?
Absolutely. Just because of my own behavior, there's been ups and downs, but I've been there. I know it's attainable. I know I have it in me to get there, and I know how to get there now. So I have a roadmap. So yes, but it's still up to me. Like, you have to make the choice over and over again. But now I have the tools and the ability where my brain, I don't think, was in a place where I could at one point. So I think it's going to good places. I think I'm gonna continue to live my life and find joy in things and share that and enjoy each moment. And that's really all you can do. So
Yay, I love it. Onward and upward, it sounds like.
exactly. That's the plan.
Yeah, I love it. And then is there anything else you'd like to say?
I think you have a really special gift to connect with people and really hone in on like them as a human being And I think that working with you can be life altering for people. And I would highly recommend it, because I've been to a lot of therapists and you're different in the best possible way. And I think that that comes through in your interactions, and I enjoy that. Yeah, and I'm excited to actually continue to see your career grow and you spread your happy mission, that excites me and makes me happy for the world. So
Yay, thank you, Tina.